Hey guys, David here with Northwest Math and Science. Alright, so here we are, our next step here. So we've got our class that we've made here, we've got our little program, which is great and everything, but we need to take a step back and we need to really figure out what is going on here. So by now you should realize that you're using an object-oriented programming language, which is Java. So that's why we're all here. So first and foremost, let's figure out what is an object. So I'm going to be referencing Oracle's website for pretty much most of all these what is talks. So if you want to follow along or whatever, you can just Google what is an object and Oracle, and it'll take you to their website, and it'll pretty much tell you everything I'm telling you now. So, all right, let's get started. All right, so what is an object? So basically, objects are our key to understanding object-oriented technology. Look around you right now, and you'll find many examples in the real world of objects, like your dog, or your desk, or a television set, or a bicycle. So, real-world objects share two common characteristics. They all have a state, and they all have a behavior. Dogs have a state, like their name, color, breed, whether they're hungry or not, and a behavior, like barking, or fetching, or wagging a tail, something that's happening at that time. Bicycles also have a state. So you've got like your current gear, your current pedal cadence, current speed, and other things. And then you also have a behavior, like changing the gear or changing the pedal cadence or applying the brakes. So identifying the state and behavior for real-world objects is a great way to begin thinking in terms of object-oriented programming. Alright, so let's take a look at a picture from the Oracle website that kind of gives you an idea visually of what I'm talking about here. So basically, we've got our object here. The methods are outlined in this outer circle, and these are essentially all the behaviors or the things that will change the state. On the inside here we have our actual states, or fields or variables. I'll mostly be referring to them as variables throughout this, possibly states. But anyways, this is the basic concept of an object within object-oriented programming. So expanding on that, along with this image, another image from the same website, the Oracle website. Lots of great information there. So this is going back to our bicycle example. Going off of that same chart we were just looking at. Like I was saying, this outer circle here represents our methods or behaviors. And like with a bicycle, you would have the ability to brake or change cadence or change gears. And all of these things would affect the current state of the bicycle. So we'd be going, 18 miles an hour at this current time at 90 revolutions per minute, and we're in 5th gear. These are all things that are happening at this exact moment that you can define. And then on the outer side here, we have things that change those states. So this is all fine and well, and this might sound great and everything, but I also went ahead and made a sample program that we'll be working with here. Called bike, and that's going to be our object. And so essentially we've got this whole thing laid out here, and it's our bike class, which is our bike object. And I'm basically just going to go over a couple things real quick to explain an object, and then that'll be it for this video, and we'll move on to the variable video coming up next. So I don't want to go too in depth here because I don't want this video to run too long, so I'll real quickly just hit over some main points here in this object class we have. So we have it set up. Here are our methods. Here's an example one, brake. So all this method does is it slows our miles per hour down by 2, as you can see right here. I'll go into what this is actually doing and why these are in blue and everything in the variables video, because that's what a lot of this is really going to focus on. But for now, we've got up here our states that we define as variables. So we've got our miles per hour, RPMs, and our gear. And then we alter those down here in our methods. And I've got about 6 or whatever methods down here. And another method on the bottom that just shoots out a string of the current information strings. We'll go into those more in depth later too, but basically these are just a bunch of words, I guess is the most layman way I can say that right now. And like I said, we'll talk about it more later. So anyways, real quickly, this main method is really what's executing our whole program here. And so what's going to happen here is we're defining or initializing our variables or our states right here. So these are our starting states. Our miles per hour is going to be 18, RPMs 90, gears set into 5th gear. And what we're going to do is we're going to start out and we're going to brake twice. So we would expect our miles per hour to go down a bit, and then we're going to shift, and after we do that we're going to print all that stuff out. Unfortunately, it looks like it's already printed out down here when I ran this earlier, so the surprise is ruined. But we'll do it again. So there we go. Yes, it worked. So we can even change this a little bit, and we'll do our starting thing here where it'll print out once real quick, letting us know the starting state. And let's just print out a dummy line, hopefully. We'll see if this works, if I remember right. All right, let's see what happens here. Nope, it did not work. Oh well. We'll break line, maybe that'll work. That's better. All right, so we're looking down here, if you didn't already know. So here is our starting state, just like we had defined up here. And of course, things got changed. Very exciting. That's pretty much it for this video. Let's toss in a couple more breaks and see what happens. As we would expect, speed will go down some more. Oh yes, it went down 10 miles per hour. Very exciting stuff. I'm sure you guys are on the edge of your seats here. But basically, we have the basis for our object laid out here. And I'll put up a link to the variable video, which is coming up next, which is explaining what variables are. We'll dive deeper into this program and have a bit more fun with it. Maybe add in some more breaks, who knows. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Like I said, follow the link to the next video if you want to follow along, and see you guys next time.